What's going on, guys? It's the Movie Idiot Live Show. I am your movie idiot, Mike, and I am here to talk all things movies, TVs, and all that fun kind of stuff, streaming, all that fun stuff right here on the Movie Idiot Live Show. I do it every week. So as I said to you guys last week, with my job schedule, I got another job, so it's kind of my schedule's all over the place. So this was when I was able to do it. We're doing 9:30 tonight right here. So next week, probably going to be a little bit different. I'm guessing probably Saturday early evening is when next week's show is going to be. So I'll keep you guys posted on that. But this is when we're doing it. So 9:30 tonight. I'm hoping to do the WandaVision open spoiler discussion tomorrow at about 9:30 p.m. Central Standard Time as well. So make sure you check me out for that. Also, make sure you, of course, like, subscribe, share, all that fun stuff that we got to do here to help build our film fan and TV fan community and help build this channel because, guys, I want to be able to have a set schedule. In order to do that, I got to get some money here on the channel so I can get rid of this other job. You know what I'm saying? I'm just kidding. I'm just messing with you guys. All right, so we're going to get to all of our topics today, including the big topic, of course, the Gina Caranos situation. We're also going to be talking about a whole bunch of other stuff, including things like the Mortal Kombat trailer. Tim Burton is going to be doing a live-action series of the Addams Family. We got Paranormal Activity reboot. We got, of course, WandaVision discussion all coming up today on today's show. And you guys, of course, can interact with today's show. How do you do that? Of course, you can hit me up in the comments section below. We're streaming live on Facebook. We're streaming live on YouTube. We're streaming live on Twitch right now, so you can comment below with your thoughts on the show. The other thing you can do, of course, and the best way to interact with the show is the tip link, streamlabs.com/movieIdiot. Because when you use the tip link, again, you are not only interacting with the show, which is awesome, but you're also supporting the show, supporting the channel, and that's a really cool thing to do as well, and I really appreciate that. So, with all of that fun stuff being said, we are going to get on to our main topics of the day. And yes, guys, normally I save the main topic for last, but I'm not going to do that today. We're just going to jump right into it. Gina Caranos' interview came out, of course, so we're going to talk that Gina Carano interview. That's our first main topic of the evening, and it's right here. Deadline, of course. Here's the article. They're saying Gina Carano talks being canceled supports former Mandalorian co-star Pedro Pascal. So here's kind of how I'm going to do this before I get into this. Disclaimer. I will not go into politics. This is a movie, TV, entertainment channel. So what she posted about, I don't care, and I've said this before, I do not care about the opinions of celebrities, nor do I want to get into a political discussion here. But I am going to go over the interview that Gina did a little bit and point out a couple of things that I thought she was correct on, and I also, as you can see by the title here, thought that she missed the boat and didn't include in the interview on. So, as Jake chimes in, who did you vote for? Mickey Mouse, Jake. Every year, every time, no matter what. All right, so here's the article on Deadline. I'm going to go over the article first, and then I did watch the interview because I wanted to make sure I did my homework, guys. I am prepared, if nothing else. I wanted to make sure I did my homework, so I'm going to go over that too. And I definitely want you guys to chime in. Let me know your thoughts. Either way, again, try to keep it nice if there's some crosstalk, but I still want to hear you guys' opinions. So here we go. Here's the article from Deadline. So Deadline, Gina Carano went on the Ben Shapiro show to continue to unpack the recent events surrounding the firing from Disney's Mandalorian, particularly her relationship with co-star Pedro Pascal. As reported earlier, the actress was fired from Lucasfilm after she took to social media to Lucasfilm, described it as abhorrent material that compared to the current political divide climate in the U.S. to Nazi Germany. This caused the Fire Gina Carano hashtag, which actually it was trending long before this, but okay. And she eventually was fired. In the interview, she talked about how Pedro Pascal was not fired for posting a 2018 tweet where he compared undocumented children in cages to in the U.S. to Jewish people in concentration camps. Shapiro points out how it did seem like a double standard that Disney and Lucasfilm didn't make similar action with Pedro Pascal as they did Carano. I'm going to stop there. So, there is a non-factual part to this. And insiders, business insiders, are talking about this as well. So Actually, let me continue a little bit. I'm gonna get back to this though. I'm gonna get back to that point. And then she did go on to say how she adores Pedro. She knows he said some hurtful things. But she said that they had sat down, had an agreement, her and Pedro, and decided that their friendship comes first, and she went on from there. So that's pretty much all that this article talks about. So they don't cover a whole lot in the Deadline article. But like I said, I did my homework. I went and watched the interview as well. So here's a couple of things I want to touch on. She mentions Pedro Pascal. So let me start with Gina's situation, and then I'll kind of get to Pedro too. So as I stated last week when I talked about this, Gina Carano had 3 meetings with Disney. 2 were in November, and 3. All 3 were in November. I apologize. All 3 were in November. 2 of them were kind of them reaching out to her, telling her, hey, you need to cut this out. They reach out to her again. Hey, you need to stop making these kind of tweets. We want to try to avoid these political tweets. The third one was then they sat down with her and her representatives all sat down and had a meeting. And they explained, look, if you do this again, we will fire you. Is that okay with you? They came to an agreement that she wouldn't do it again, and if she did, she'd be fired. Gina Carano was fired, and she did not bring this up in the interview, and that's why my title for this show today is Really, Gina, Really? And the problem with her side, because she did not bring up the fact that she had made the agreement with Disney Lucasfilm that she wouldn't make political posts like this or anything like this anymore. That brings me to the Pedro Pascal thing, because when I brought this up last week, I got comments on the YouTube channel and also on Facebook that what about Pedro's comments? That's a great thing to bring up. What about Pedro's comments? Well, Business Insiders also are pointing out that Pedro Pascal also had the same talking to. They told him after his comments about the kids in cages, they didn't do it publicly. They told him privately, Pedro, do not post about that again, please. Please don't do this. And they left it at that. Which Pedro Pascal, the difference between him and Gina Carano is he stopped. Pedro did not make any more posts after that. Gina Carano kept making posts. She got fired because of breaching the agreement. That's the business fact of the matter. She made an agreement with Disney on that third meeting, the third time they talked, because the first 2 times Disney reached out to her representatives and let them know they needed to talk to her. The third time they all sat down, her representatives, Disney, they all sat down, came to an agreement, and there you go. Now, there are some things Gina talked about in her interview, so that were not even mentioned in the article. Some of the things she talked about, Gina was talking about how Disney was pushing her to apologize a certain way. She said she had an apology written up. Disney didn't feel it was apologetic enough. And this is part of being a celebrity and part of being a celebrity who works for a big, giant conglomerate like Disney. Now, if you're asking me, and I've said this before, I don't care about the opinions of celebrities. I really don't. And now I do think Gina should be able to say what she wants to say. I don't necessarily agree with what she's saying. I don't necessarily not agree with what she's saying, but I really don't care. That's the thing. I don't care about the opinions of celebrities. So should Gina be able to say what she wants? Yeah. But are there consequences? Yeah. I work jobs. If I say certain things and that reflects poorly on the company that I'm working for, there are social media clauses in my employment. It's a fact. It's right there in the employment, and they go over it in training as well. Every job I've had since social media has become a thing, you sign an agreement for social media conduct. All of us do it if you work for any type of company. So they can fire you over what you post on Facebook. They can fire you for what you say on live open forums like this. So you have to be careful because you are employed by somebody. If you don't like that, start your own business and be self-employed, because that's it. Like, when you work for big companies, you represent those big companies. You're not just representing yourself. Hell, one of my jobs is a company I own, and I still comport myself in a way that is non-political on the social media formats as much as I can, because it reflects the company that I own, and I just consider it that even though I own the company, I work for the company, and I don't want people to get my opinions confused with the opinions of my company, even though I own the company, because business is business, and political opinions are political opinions. They're on the other side. They are to be separate, and that's a corporate mentality that people need to understand. Again, I will say, yeah, Gina should be able to say whatever she wants to say, but that isn't the world we live in. I'm sorry, it just isn't. And companies like Disney, they're trying to sell subscriptions. They're trying to make money. They don't want controversy. And Disney honestly gave her 3 chances, and they fired her the 4th time. So that's what happened with Gina. That is the whole nuts and bolts of it. And again, comparing it to Pedro, what people aren't bringing to the forefront, and it's, there are Disney insiders and insiders who are close to the situation who have said Pedro did get a talking to. It wasn't public. He did not get the fire Pedro Pascal thing that she did, per se. I know he did get some social media backlash for what he did, but it wasn't as big of a backlash as she got. But the point being is that Disney did, in fact, reach out to Pedro Pascal when he made his. And the difference between Pedro Pascal and Gina Carano is that Gina Carano kept doing it, and Pedro stopped. Why? I mean, you tell me. Only she can answer that. She basically, in her interview was just, and there's some things I do believe. Like when I watched the interview, I believe her. She was saying I didn't realize that this would offend so many people. I wasn't trying to. She seemed. I mean, look, she's a paid actress. I don't know, but she seemed fairly genuine in that, forthcoming portion of what she was saying. But at the same time, when you work for a company, you work for a business, and when you make an agreement with said company and said business, you can't break contract. And that they made an agreement, she broke contract, she got fired. That's it. And the one thing, and why in this video, the title of this video is Really, Gina? Really? Because that's the part she failed to share. She failed to share that she had those meetings with Disney and they came to that agreement. It doesn't, I don't care about the political aspects. I don't care about what her opinion is. I don't care about what Disney's political opinions are. Anything else. Business reality of this is Gina Carano made a pact, a contract with Disney. They agreed she wasn't going to do this anymore, and she did it. And that's it. That's the end of the story. So, again, I want to know what you guys think. Comment below. Let me know your guys' thoughts. I'd love to hear from you. I know I'm doing something right here because I already got 2 dislikes on the video. So thanks, guys. Appreciate that. Love the feedback. So, hey, man, not going to make everybody happy. I'm sorry if my opinion isn't what you want to hear, but, that's just how I feel. Again, I don't care about the opinions of celebrities, but I also understand business. And in business, when you and your employer sit down and have meetings and make an agreement on something, you got to stick to it. So that's how I feel. I would love to hear how you guys feel. Let me know in the comments below, you guys, or what you guys think, or let me know in the tip link, of course, streamlabs.com/movieidiot. And I'm going to move on to the next main topic of the day. And the second main topic of the day is a much less controversial topic. Thank God. Jeez. Boom. The Mortal Kombat trailer hit this past week, guys. The Mortal Kombat trailer has arrived. And I gotta tell you, it was juicy and amazing. It was everything I would have loved to see from this. And I will say from the bat, I had 0 expectations for this Mortal Kombat movie at all. First of all, the first Mortal Kombat movie that came out in the 90s is like a guilty pleasure of mine. I absolutely love that Mortal Kombat movie. So for me, super guilty pleasure Mortal Kombat movie from the 90s. So I love it, even though it's a terrible movie. But this Mortal Kombat trailer that came out, man, it is brutal and it's amazing and it's earning that R rating for sure, and that alone is going to make this movie worth it. The story might be crap, the acting might be garbage, the writing might be terrible, but I don't care, because when you see a scene where Sub-Zero literally takes the blood flying from some dude, freezes it in his hand, flips it around and stabs him in the chest with it, I am there. I'm there. I am so blown away by this trailer, if nothing else for the totally gratuitous violence that it provides us. And that is amazing. It's such an awesome trailer. If you guys haven't checked it out, you definitely got to do it. I am, and the cool thing is, now I'm stoked for this movie. And that's what a trailer is supposed to do. It's supposed to get you hyped for a movie. I am. This one comes out on April 16th. So I'm hyped. I'm stoked and ready for this Mortal Kombat movie. What do you guys think? Are you guys stoked? Are you ready? Are you hyped? Did this trailer do it for you? Let me know in those comments below. I want to hear what you guys have to say. And I'm just going to move along to the next main topic of the day. And our third main topic for today's show is this one right here. This one comes via Deadline. Addams Family live-action TV series from Tim Burton heats up TV marketplace. So this is a Deadline exclusive. And what would mark his first major live-action TV series, Tim Burton is setting his sights on the Addams Family, looking to develop a new series focused on the famous clan. Sources tell Deadline that Tim Burton is negotiating to executive produce and possibly direct all the episodes of this new take on the franchise. The Smallville developers and producers, Alfred Goff and Miles Miller, are the head writers on the show and serve as showrunners as well as executive producers along with Burton. MGM, which controls the rights to the IP, financed the development of the series, and as of now, the package has multiple buyers, including Netflix, which some sources say is at the top of the list, and I think I've actually heard that Netflix is going to win this outright. But yeah, so here we go. So a new Addams Family show, TV show, directed by Tim Burton. First of all, I was talking about guilty pleasures earlier. Tim Burton, he just has a direct connect to me. I don't know why. Maybe I have some like darkness like built inside of me, but like I pretty much connect to every Tim Burton movie. This dude makes movies and I'm like, I would like another, please. Yes. I love it. I love it. He's awesome. He's never done TV before, so this will be kind of a new foray for him. But if there is an IP, man, if there is an IP that is made for him, it's got to be the Addams Family, right? Like, look at what he did with Sweeney Todd, you know? The Addams Family, Tim Burton. If there's a match made in heaven, as Forrest Gump put it, peas and carrots, my friend, peas and carrots. Dude, this is awesome. I'm stoked. I cannot wait to see this. I do have kind of a special fan request. Hopefully they bring Christina Ricci back in some capacity because she is awesome and is also a perfect match for being a part of this project. Morticia, maybe? I don't know. Possibly. But yeah, I would love to see it. I can't wait to see this. I really hope that this production gets put through. Again, Netflix and their shows. And that's the other thing. The cool thing I love about Netflix is their movies may not always be great, but the TV shows Netflix picks, produces, and puts through, Netflix stuff is top notch. It is high quality. Almost every show they put through ends up being gold. Umbrella Academy, gold. Stranger Things, gold. The Witcher, gold. Like, so taking an Addams Family production, giving it to a guy like Tim Burton, who was born to direct and produce this show. Yes, please. I am there. I will take it. But it's not about what I think, guys. It's not about what I think. It is about what you think. I want to hear what you guys think. Let me know in the comments below your guys' thoughts on the Tim Burton production of the Addams Family. And I am going to get to our next main topic of the day. And the next main topic is another reboot. And this is going to be the Paranormal Activity reboot. It's in the works from Will Eubank and Christopher Landon. This is a Hollywood Reporter exclusive. So Jason Blum, thank God it's Jason Blum. By the way, Jason Blum, all this guy does is takes like spare change he finds around the house, maybe in his car, whips it all together and makes hit movies that, make money. And, like they'll make a movie for like I know $7 million is not spare change, but they'll take a movie, make it for $7 million. When it comes to movies that is spare change, and then they'll turn around and it'll make like 400 million in the box office, which is just astronomical return on a $7 million investment. So like, I'm so glad. I'm already excited for this just to see Jason Blum's name attached. So here we go. Jason Blum and franchise creator Oren Peli, I'm not sure about that, are producers for the Paranormal Activity reboot. Filmmaker Will Eubank of Happy Death Day. Happy Death Day's Christopher Landon are teaming up with the reinvention of supernatural horror franchise Paranormal Activity. Eubank, who last directed Kristen Stewart in the thriller Underwater, well, okay, so I'm not so thrilled about that, is attached to direct. Will Landon, a paranormal stalwart, wrote 4 of the previous movies. Going on to become a hit horror director of his own right, will pen the script, with that being described as insiders an unexpected retooling of the franchise made by Paramount players. Jason Blum of Blumhouse and Oren Peli are back as producers, while Steven Schneider is back as executive producer. Landon will also executive produce. Created by Peli, who wrote and directed and shot the initial installment of Paranormal, is a horror series focused on the in most outings of the family terrorized by a demon. The movie, anyway, it's going to go on to explain the previous Paranormals. So, what do I think? Paranormal reboot. Well, if this is going to be anything kind of like what they're doing with the Cloverfield reboot, I'm interested. I love Jason Blum being attached again. Amazing. The first Paranormal was not so bad. These movies don't really do it for me, only because of the whole, found footage thing and jump scares. That's not something that really affects me, so they don't really scare me. I much prefer a movie like Insidious that's more cerebral, so much better. But if they take this out of the found footage type thing, kind of like what they're doing with Cloverfield. So they're doing a new Cloverfield movie, same thing. They're taking it out of found footage. If they do that with this, I'm interested. I'd love to see a new perspective and take on paranormal and see what they can do with it. Something similar in that same ilk of the Insidious franchise, I think would be great. So that's kind of how I feel. Again, you got good showrunners, you got, good writers, you got good directors attached. It could be really good. So, anything Jason Blum touches with horror typically ends up pretty good. So I'm excited for it. What do you guys think, though? Are you guys up for a Paranormal Activity retooling? Or do you think, nah, this is stupid, Mike, I don't want to see it? Let me know in the comments below. I want to hear from you guys. Let me know your thoughts. Or again, hit me up at the tip link, streamlabs.com/movieidiot. And I am going to get on to the next main topic of today's show. And of course, before we get into the show, because it is WandaVision, of course, is the final topic today, we're going to get into this right here. So right now, this article coming from Screen Rant, WandaVision is currently the most popular TV show in the world. So, Disney Plus's first Marvel Cinematic Universe outgoing WandaVision is currently the most in-demand series in the world per Parrot Analytics. Excuse me. WandaVision is currently the most popular TV show in the world, according to Parrot Analytics. The TV series, which debuted in January, follows Wanda Maximoff and Vision through the series of wacky hijinks and disturbing incidents in the mysterious town of Westview. Outside of the town, the agency known as SWORD is investigating the abnormal. Okay, so let's just explain WandaVision. Let's get to the meat of this here. WandaVision, Disney Plus's first television series set in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. The streaming service debuted. Let's skip that too. I don't care about that either. Disney can certainly count their MCU streaming series experiment as a resounding success, as Parrot Analytics has named WandaVision the most popular TV show in the world. According to Forbes, Parrot Analytics measured this outstanding metric by sifting through social media, fan ratings, and piracy data to represent audience demand. Per this analysis, WandaVision became the most in-demand show in the world, ahead of Episode 6, which now Episode 7 has come out. Parrot Analytics shared specific data that revealed WandaVision didn't begin rising to the top until episode 3, when it became the second or third most in-demand series. It held the top 3 until the release of episode 5. WandaVision's shocking cliffhanger helped skyrocket the show to the top spot, where it has remained, according to Parrot Analytics' last available data. And I'm going to guarantee you guys it's going to remain there because WandaVision is killing it. This show is so good. I love WandaVision, guys. I do. So we're gonna talk. Let me touch on that. Of course, WandaVision's the #1 show in the world, dude. Again, I said it before when this show started. People were knocking me. Mike, this show is stupid. Mike, this show sucks. Why am I watching this? This is trash. This is garbage. Why am I watching this show? I'm like, stick it out. Stick it out. I know these early episodes are not great. Stick it out. It's gonna drop. They're setting us up. Boom! Episode 4 dropped, and episode 5, it really dropped. Now we just saw episode 7, and we had another boom drop. All they do with this show is they take you, they lead you down roads and theories, and you're posturing in your head where the show may or may not go, and then you think it's gonna go down this specific little road, and bam, it goes down the other road, and it's just crazy. It's just nuts, and they've done such a great job with the show. I am so impressed with the show writing, with the producing, with the acting in this show is amazing, with, stupid things like card tricks like that, little magic show. Dude, they all down to the little details. This show is awesome. Just awesome. And I'm loving it. I'm loving every second of it, guys. And the thing is with WandaVision 2, it's all about the theories. And that's kind of the last thing I wanted to talk about with this show as well. It's all about the theories, right? WandaVision every week has people flocking to it because they have all of these theories and all these, things. And then it's must-see TV. Dude, they crashed the Disney Plus server. They crashed it. It crashed this past Friday morning, 2 a.m. Central Standard Time, when I would have been trying to get on. They crashed it. And it's the biggest thing out there right now. And it's a testament to, again, Kevin Feige, a testament to the writers of the show and the showrunners, a testament to Elizabeth Olsen and Paul Bettany and their acting. Catherine Hahn is amazing. And yeah, I mean, I just can't even, I don't even know what to see. I'm at a loss of words just thinking about it. It's so awesome. And again, I said it before and I'll say it again. I love the week-to-week release format. I do. I understand bingers. I understand why you love the binge format and why you hate this week-to-week release format. But I'm telling you, this, being able to talk about the show, being able to discuss all the theories, that is what this show is all about. And right now, what is it? Sunday night. So yeah, we're at past spoiler time at this point. So we now know who the bad guy is. I won't say the name. I'll try to be a little nice, but we know who the bad guy is. I love how they threw in the montage about the bad guy at the end. That was amazing. I love how we finally had an end credit scene. The whole time, no end credit. The Marvel staple, right? End credit scene, no end credit scene for 6 episodes. Episode 7, they dropped an end credit scene. And if you clicked away, you missed it. It's genius. They're just geniuses with this show. It's wonderfully done, and they are so far ahead of all of us, and how they're just leading us on. And the finale, the last 2 episodes, I think, are just going to be bonkers, guys. I really do think that the last 2 episodes of this show are just going to be nuts. That's my opinion. Yeah, so that's kind of where I'm at. Again, I'm going to do an open spoiler discussion, of course, tomorrow at 9:30 p.m. Central Standard Time is what I'm looking at. So make sure you tune in for that as well. But, dude, I'm telling you, this show, I've just been loving it. Someone just chimed in and said, boo! Clarify, Shola. Shola, what are you booing? Boo what? Boo WandaVision? Boo open spoiler discussion? Boo clarify. Help me out, man. I want to hear it. Boo what? So yeah, I mean, at this point, like, I can't wait. I literally sit here and watch the clock tick down for Friday because I am so excited for Friday. So I can't wait for WandaVision. Again, episode 7 dropping this Friday. And that's kind of where I'm at. We'll do the open spoiler discussion tomorrow. And I'm going to get into your guys' comments here. So I got 2 tip comments today, for the Movie Idiot Show. Again, if you want to send in tip comments, Shola says heart Gina heart. So, I mean, Shola, again, like, you know, I understand where you're coming from. If you love Gina Carano, that's awesome. I love Gina Carano as an actress. She's great. I stay out of the political stuff. I don't get into that. My only reason for even calling her out is just the fact that she didn't, in her interview, talk about how Disney and her sat down, had an agreement in place. So they had contacted her twice before. They had a 3rd meeting with her. They had an agreement, and she broke the agreement. That's why she got fired. And that's also the difference between her and Pedro Pascal. Disney reached out to Pedro when he said his things, and he stopped, and she didn't. And that's it. That's really my only issue, hence the title of the video. Really, Gina? Because she didn't mention that in her interview. If you're going to be open and honest and transparent, then you got to be open and honest and transparent. So that's all I'm calling out. I'm not calling out her politics. I could care less. I'm not calling out Disney on their politics. I can care less. I do think Gina should be able to talk about whatever she wants, but understanding that when you work for somebody, because we all have jobs, and almost everybody who has a job has to sign a social media clause nowadays saying that you can't say certain things on social media. So that's kind of where we're at. And that was my opinion. But I understand your opinion, Shola, and I appreciate you commenting and appreciate you interacting with the show. So thank you for that. And I'm going to get on to the tip topic comments here, tip comments that I have. 2 of them today. Again, tip comments can be sent in streamlabs.com/movieidiot. Again, if you send in comments via the tip link, not only are you interacting with the show, but you are helping support the channel, and I really appreciate that. So 2 tip comments. They're both about Gina Carano. So the first one is from Del Mackey. Del Mackey chimes in and says, sorry, Mike, I don't feel sorry for Gina at all. And again, Del, like I just told Shola, so Shola is on the other side here. I'm sorry that you don't feel sorry for Gina. I understand your point, but I kind of do a little. I don't know how far down this rabbit hole I want to go. I'm not a huge fan of the cancel this person because they said this. Look, there are way worse things in the world that actors and actresses have done who are still working. And there are way worse controversies. I mean, let's get this straight. Ezra Miller put his hands on a woman's throat and still has a job. That's a fact. Gina Carano put out some political tweets. So I think that's a bigger issue, and that's something people should be pointing out. Now, Warner Brothers employs Ezra Miller, and Disney employed Gina Carano. Why in the world does Ezra Miller still have a job when he put his hands on a woman? That is a bigger question. It's a bigger question. And I'm not saying fire Ezra, but I'm saying at least acknowledge it. Warner Brothers hasn't even talked about it. Ezra Miller hasn't even talked about it. They're all trying to sweep it under the rug like it never happened, and it's still sitting there. So, yeah. So there are definitely worse things that Gina could have done. So in that regard, I do kind of feel sorry for Gina Carano. But, again, when you had a meeting with the brass at the company you work for, and they asked you not to do it, and you, your representatives, and your company that you work for all agree you're not going to do this anymore, and you do it, I'm sorry, you're going to get fired. End of story. And again, I'm not, I understand when people have another opinion on that. Totally get it, but that's kind of how I feel about that. So we're going to move on to the next tip. And again, Del, thank you for sending that in. We're going to move on to the next tip comment here, and this one's from Nick Papa Giorgio. Nick says, Gina did nothing wrong. Speaking your mind is now a crime, and that's a shame. Again, Nick, speaking your mind is not what got Gina Carano fired. It is breaching contract. It's breaching the agreement she had with Disney. That's what got her fired. And again, I'm not going to necessarily disagree with you that, should she have been put in that position in the first place? That's a different argument that I really don't want to go down because I don't like to get into the politics of everything. I will say that Disney as a company has a right to ask its employees to represent in a certain manner. And I also do understand Gina's point of, her trying to just give opinions. I do think that she should have thought some things out before she said some stuff. That's about as far as I'm willing to go on this because I don't do the politics. I also will say, and I've said this more than a few times, that I could care less about the opinions of celebrities, nor could I care less about the opinions of the companies that they represent. So, look, I am a film and TV fan. I am here because I enjoy that. I have enough stuff in life. Okay, let me break it down for you real good. All right, I have enough stuff in life, enough drama, enough hard things. All of us do, right? We all have enough stuff and hard, dramatic things in our lives that are difficult to get through. Life is hard, right? We go to films, TV, entertainment, music to be entertained, not to be given political lessons. So, I like Gina Carano as an actress, and she does a good job in the role. She did a good job in the role of Cara Dune. And, I like The Rock, right? And he entertains me when he's in his movies. And, I like certain things that these people do. And I just threw out two examples. Just, obviously we were talking about Gina, but I threw out The Rock as just a total rando, another one. I don't care about their politics. I don't care what they post on social media. I don't care how Disney feels about it. I don't care about any of that. I care about, did they put out a good movie and am I entertained? That's what I care about. I can't speak for the rest of you. I can only speak for me. I think Charles Barkley said it best in like the early 90s. I am not a role model. None of these people are role models. They're just working actors and actresses. They're out there just making a buck. Their opinion doesn't matter any more than the lady at the bank or somebody checking out your groceries or your doctor or your car mechanic. It means the exact same. Just because they have a bigger platform doesn't mean the opinion carries any more weight. And that's how I feel. I could be wrong, but that's how I feel. And that's how I approach this particular subject. So anyway, I know this is kind of a different kind of thing, and I hope that I was able to, have some good discussion about it. I see we got 3 dislikes on the video. I knew it was coming. I knew I was going to have some dislikes on this topic. So I do appreciate people chiming in here. So Shola, thank you. Who chimed in and was supporting Gina. I know I had a couple other people. Del Mackey, tipped in. He was against it. Nick Papagiorgio supporting Gina. Appreciate all those comments coming in. And again, I appreciate you all for watching the show. That's going to do it for this week, by the way, for the Movie Idiot Show. I'll make sure you join me next week. It looks like next week I will be able to do Saturday evening. I will try to post up on the channel in the discussion section what time. So I'll keep you guys posted on that. Oh, I also want to thank Jake for chiming in too. Jake chimed in early on in the show as well via Facebook. So thanks, Jake, for that. And again, tomorrow night, I'm going to be doing the WandaVision Episode 7 open spoiler discussion at 9:30 p.m. Central Standard Time right here on the Movie Idiot channel. Again, live on Facebook, live on Twitch, live on Facebook Live. And yeah, that's going to do it for this week's show. Again, thank you all for chiming in, and I will catch you all later. Peace.